Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different, really focusing in. We've got this single, powerful piece of information, really cuts to the heart of things. Our mission, yours and ours, is to quickly pull out all the crucial insights. Just from this one snippet, we're diving into Europe's Ukraine troop plan.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what's really interesting here is how our source puts it. Very succinct. It flags up Trump's pivotal support. That's the key phrase. And then right after, it says, Europe races to leverage Trump's support for Ukraine troop plan. So you've got pivotal support and races to leverage. It paints a picture instantly, doesn't it? It gives you a real snapshot. So this deep dive isn't just about, defining words. It's about what this tight framing tells us, what it implies about how things stand right now, why pivotal, why that specific word, and what are European nations actually trying to leverage, and why the rush, why races. We want to get the core dynamics here.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's amazing how much insight you can get from just a few carefully chosen words. Pivotal, races to leverage. They really do offer a pretty profound glimpse into global strategies.
Yeah.
And maybe perceived weaknesses, too. It makes you think, about the calculations behind the scenes, the dependencies that shape these efforts.
Okay, let's unpack it then. This phrase, Trump's pivotal support. That word pivotal, that's a big claim, isn't it? I mean, for a troop plan involving multiple nations, what does it actually mean for one person's support to be the pivot point, the thing it all hangs on? What kind of gap or dependency does that point to?
That really is the core question. Calling it pivotal, well, it suggests that if that support isn't there, the whole plan might be seriously compromised. Its viability, its impact, it implies a reliance, doesn't it? More than just, oh, it would be nice to have. It sounds fundamental. Maybe it points to needing specific political guarantees, perhaps related to the U.S. and NATO. Or even certain resources, things that maybe only that specific administration could guarantee. It definitely highlights a potential, let's say, structural point of influence or maybe even a vulnerability in the Europe's Ukraine troop plan itself.
Right. And if it is that crucial, well, it makes perfect sense why Europe would be racing to leverage it. Leverage, that sounds active, strategic, not just asking nicely. So what kind of actions might that leveraging involve when you're talking about a troop plan? Is it about diplomatic maneuvering? Money? Or is it maybe getting a specific political signal sent out? Something that unlocks support from others too.
Leveraging definitely signals a strategic play. Trying to make the most of what's seen as a key opportunity. It's about using influence actively. And given the context, it's likely not just about general warm feelings. Europe's probably after something quite specific. Could be a commitment on long-term U.S. aid for Ukraine, perhaps, or maybe getting political backing to allow for bolder military steps, things that might otherwise seem too risky, too escalatory. It might also just be about making sure that transatlantic unity holds firm. That's absolutely essential for a plan like this. So the lever they're pulling could have multiple parts aiming to lock in a certain policy or a flow of resources.
Which brings us straight to that sense of urgency. Races.
Hmm.
Why the sprint? What's the clock that's ticking? Is it an election thing, like you mentioned, or maybe a window on the battlefield that they think is closing? What's making Europe feel like they need to move so fast on this?
Yeah, races is unmistakable, isn't it? It screams urgency, a limited time offer, perhaps.
Yeah.
It absolutely could be linked to the U.S. election calendar. I mean, the outcome there could change the whole picture for Ukraine drastically. Or it might be a strategic judgment call. Maybe they believe the current phase of the war or a particular military goal needs this consolidated support now. It suggests a strong belief that waiting, delaying this leveraging could mean missing the boat, missing a crucial moment for the troop plan to actually work. It makes the political timing just as critical as any military timing.
So let's bring this back to you listening. What's the key takeaway here? You've now got, hopefully, a clearer picture of this really tangled dynamic. It's not just that Europe's Ukraine troop plan exists. It's about understanding the pivotal, maybe unique role assigned to Trump's support and seeing how urgently Europe is apparently trying to leverage that support for very concrete strategic reasons.
And that really leaves us with a pretty significant question for you to chew on. What does it actually mean for how countries work together or act alone? When a huge initiative, like a major troop plan, is described as depending on the pivotal support of one specific individual, so much so that nations feel they have to race to leverage it, how does that kind of reliance change the game for international cooperation going forward? What does it mean for the future?